Hello, Namaskar and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your window to quick and crisp 100 news updates from the country and the world. Let's begin. And the Prime Minister has just tweeted after meeting the US State Secretary Antony Blinken. In a tweet, the Prime Minister said, "Good to meet US Secretary of State Secretary Blinken today. I welcome President Biden's strong commitment to strengthen the India-US strategic partnership, which is anchored in our shared democratic values and is a force for global good," unquote. So, right after meeting the US State Secretary Antony Blinken, Prime Minister Modi tweeted. Let's begin with the Express News, quick and fast updates. Good to meet US Secretary of State and Antony Blinken today. I welcome President Biden's strong commitment to strengthen the India-US strategic partnership, which is anchored in our shared democratic values and is a good force. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar today held talks in New Delhi. The leaders discussed a number of issues including COVID-19, Asia-Pacific, climate change and Afghanistan. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and US Secretary of State Antony Blinken focused on rapidly evolving security situation in Afghanistan. India further stressed that the peace negotiations should be taken seriously. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar underlines the importance of an independent, sovereign, democratic and stable Afghanistan at peace with itself and with its neighbours. Dr. S. Jaishankar says that the independence and sovereignty in Afghanistan will only be ensured if it is free from malign influences, says Afghanistan must neither be home to terrorism nor a source of refugees. The US also agrees that there has to be a peaceful resolution to the Afghan problem and the Taliban and the government have to come to the table. Secretary of State Antony Blinken stresses that if the Taliban wants recognition in the world, they will have to respect human rights, adds that taking over the country by force and abusing human rights not the right path to achieve this. Jaishankar says that the Indo-Pacific present us a different sets of challenges to stability, growth and prosperity, conveys India's commitment to democratic transition as well as support for Asian initiatives in Myanmar. US further strengthens support to India in fight against COVID-19 pandemic. Blinken thanks India for its support to US during early days of COVID-19 wave in the US, announces an additional $25 million support for vaccination efforts across the country. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says that the fund will strengthen vaccination supply chain logistics, addressing misinformation and vaccine hesitancy and training more healthcare workers. Blinken also met National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. Both the leaders discussed strategic issues of importance in security, defense, economic and technology-related sectors. Special attention given to long-term measures to take the relationship to next level. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh laid a wreath at the SOMONI Memorial in Dushanbe, Tajikistan. Rajnath Singh is on Dushanbe on a 3-day visit to attend the annual meeting of the Defense Ministers of SEO member states. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh held bilateral talks with Defense Minister of Belarus, Lieutenant General Viktor Krinin, on the sidelines of a conclave of Shanghai Cooperation Organization in Dushanbe. Both the Houses of Parliament today witnessed continued adjournments due to the uproar created by the opposition parties over the Pegasus snooping and other issues. Amid the din, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha have been adjourned for the day. Lok Sabha passed the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Bill 2021 amid pandemonium. Moving the bill in the House, the Minister of State for Corporate Affairs, Rao Inderjeet Singh, has said that the bill replaces then Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Amendment Ordinance 2021, which was promulgated on 4th of April this year. Union INB Minister ANURAG Thakur slams Congress and TMC MPs for not allowing smooth functioning of Parliament today. He said that they can register their protest, but that too has a limit. The INB Minister terms throwing papers on speakers, ministers and even at media gallery and showing placards as unfortunate. He asked the opposition why they are running away from discussion. Union Cabinet clears Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation Bill 2021. It insures bank deposits such as savings, FDs, current for recurring or recurring deposits. It also covers commercial, public, private sector banks and branches of foreign bank in India. Cabinet approves the proposal for creation of 2 posts of judicial members and 2 posts of administrative members for benches of Central Administrative Tribunal at Jammu and Srinagar. Basavaraj Bommai was today sworn in as the new Chief Minister of Karnataka. Governor Thawarchand Gehlot administered the oath of office and secrecy to Bommai at a ceremony in Raj Bhavan. In Jammu and Kashmir, cloudbursts and flash floods reported at 4 places across the Kishtwar district. An estimated 6 to 8 houses washed away in the flash floods, which took place due to heavy rains and cloudburst in Khonsar Dakhan area of the district. Several people killed in flash floods and cloudbursts reported in Lahore and Himachal Pradesh 2 days after the Kinnaur landslide incident. More such landslides have clogged major roads in Lahore's Spiti district. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address policymakers in the domain of education and skill development, students, teachers across the country tomorrow to mark the completion of 1 year of reforms under the National Education Policy 2020. The Prime Minister will also launch multiple initiatives in the education sector. He will launch the Academic Bank of Credit that will provide multiple entry and exit options for students in higher education, first-year engineering programs in regional languages and guidelines for internationalization of higher education. The Union Government has advised all states and union territories to conduct zero prevalence surveys in consultation with ICMR to generate district-level data on zero prevalence, which is essential in formulating localized public health response measures. Union Health Secretary writes to health officials of all states, refers to 4th round of National Zero Prevalence Survey done by ICMR, says findings of such studies can be utilized quickly by the respective states and union territories to guide objective, transparent and evidence-based public health response to COVID-19. India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage exceeds 44.61 crores. Cumulatively, 44 crore 61 lakh 56,659 vaccine doses administered through more than 53 lakh sessions. 40 lakh 2,358 vaccine doses administered in the last 24 hours. More than 46.23 crore vaccine doses provided to states and union territories so far through all sources, and a further 1 crore 20 lakh 70,820 doses are in the pipeline. Total consumption includes wastage, which is 44 crore 29 lakh 95,780 doses. Out of the people infected since the beginning of the pandemic, 3 crore 6 lakh 63,147 people have already recovered from COVID-19 and 41,678 patients have recovered in the last 24 hours. Overall recovery rate reaches at 97.39%. Less than 50,000 daily new cases reported since 31 continuous days. India's active caseload stands at 3,99,436 cases. Active cases now constitute 1.27% of the country's total positive cases. This is a result of sustained and collaborative efforts by the centre and states along with union territories. With substantially ramped up testing capacity across the country, a total of 17,36,857 tests conducted in the last 24 hours in the country. Cumulatively, India has conducted over 46 crore tests so far. While on one side, testing capacity has been enhanced across the country, weekly positivity rate is currently at 2.36% and the daily positivity rate stands at 2.51%. The daily positivity rate has remained below 5% for 51 consecutive days now. The 30-share Sensex on Wednesday fell 135.05 points to end at 52,443.71. Nifty 50 also fell by 37.05 points to end at 15,707.40. Gold prices on Wednesday fell by 43 rupees on MCX to end at 47,530 rupees per 10 gram. Silver prices on the other hand surged by 164 rupees on MCX to end at 66,220 rupees per kilogram. The Indian rupee gained 9 paise to close at 74.38 against US dollar provisionally. Global oil benchmark Brent crude at 10.77% to USD 75.05 per barrel in future trades. Petrol and diesel prices remained unchanged across the country for the 11th successive day on Wednesday. The prices of petrol in Delhi stands at 101.84 rupees per litre, while that of diesel is at 89.87. And India is projected as fastest growing economy in 2021 and 2022 in latest IMF July growth projection. Indian economy to grow at 9.5% and 8.5% in next fiscal year, that is 2022-23. In the latest IMF projection, India is followed by China at 8.1% and USA at 7% in 2021, while Indian economy will lead the global growth rate by comfortable margin. The International Monetary Fund projected the global growth rate 6% for 2021 and 4.9% in 2022-23. Google parent Alphabet's quarterly revenue and profit surged to record highs powered by a rise in advertising spending as more consumers shopped online. Shares of Alphabet rose 5% in extended trading as it reported results that were a beat in both financial metrics. Shares of Facebook, Google's rival in web and sales, rose by 1.3%. The world continues to battle COVID-19 pandemic. Over 19 crore 60 lakh and 33,000 cases have been reported so far. The global recovery stand above 17 crore 77 lakh 17,000. The deadly virus has so far claimed over 41 lakh 94,000 lives worldwide. United States remains to be worst hit by the pandemic. Over 3 crore 53 lakh 53,000 cases reported so far. Death toll mounts to over 6 lakh 27,000. The US authorities have said that even the fully vaccinated Americans should go back to wearing masks in indoor public spaces in regions where the coronavirus and especially the Delta variant are spreading rapidly. The changes mark a reversal of the CDC's announcement in May that prompted millions of vaccinated Americans to shed their face coverings. The US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention also recommended all students and teachers at kindergarten through 12th grade schools wear masks regardless of vaccination status. The CDC said children should return to full-time in-person learning in the fall with proper prevention strategies. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden has said his administration is considering whether to require U.S. federal employees to be vaccinated against COVID-19. Biden also said that it would be a different world if all Americans got the vaccine, blaming those who refused for slowing enormous confusion. South Korea reported 1,896 new COVID-19 cases for Tuesday, its highest ever daily increase as the country struggles to subdue a fourth wave of outbreaks found by the more contagious Delta variant of the coronavirus. The daily tally broke a previous record set on 22nd of July. Japanese Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga has said that the record COVID-19 cases hit by Tokyo is not a problem for the Olympic Games. He added that Tokyoites should focus on working from home to suppress the movement of people. Tokyo reported 2,848 COVID-19 infections on Tuesday, the highest since the pandemic began. The Australian city of Sydney extended a lockdown by 4 weeks on Wednesday after an already protracted stay-at-home order failed to douse a COVID-19 outbreak, with authorities warning of tougher policing to stamp out non-compliance. Mexico City on Tuesday started to vaccinate young people between the ages of 18 and 29 years old, seeking to reverse the rise in cases of COVID-19 in the capital city. United States President Joe Biden on Tuesday warned that a significant cyber attack on the United States could lead to a real shooting war with a major power. Some of the attacks affected fuel and food supplies in parts of the U.S. Biden also accused Russia of spreading disinformation about the 2022 US midterm elections, which he said was a pure violation of our sovereignty. Meanwhile, US Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman will lead the US delegation at nuclear arms control talks with Russia in Geneva today. Sherman will be joined by Under Secretary of State for Arms Control and International Security Bonnie Jenkins. The Russians will be represented by Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov. In Bangladesh, at least 6 Rohingyas, Muslims including children, were killed after heavy rains triggered landslides and flooding in refugee camps in southern part of the country. Several others were injured in the incident. Heavy rainfall continues and Balukhali refugee camp has submerged in floodwater. An eyewitness video showed a cloud of dust moving towards United States Phoenix suburb as weather agencies issued alerts for dust advisory on Tuesday evening. In Greece, a wildfire tore through small towns in a wooded area north of Athens on Tuesday. The blaze is spurred on by high winds. Around 310 firefighting planes and 12 helicopters are working round the clock to douse the flames. Several houses in the village of Rodopoli have been damaged due to wildfire. There were no reports of deaths or injuries. In Italy, dozens of houses on Tuesday were hit by landslides in towns surrounding Lake Como. After heavy rainfall pounded the popular holiday destination, rocks and mud descended from the mountains to the town, submerging houses in debris. Cuba embassy in Paris was attacked overnight with 3 petrol bombs, causing a fire on the facade and the entrance of the building. Cuba's foreign ministry has published photos of the attack and said it has caused some damage but no injuries to its staff in an incident that prompted French authorities to beef up security around the building. Cuba embassy in Paris pointed the finger at the US, saying such acts had been encouraged by campaigns by the US government against our country. Pakistan has reopened a Meter Chaman Spin Boldak border crossing with Afghanistan that is currently under Taliban control on the Afghan side. The border would remain open 6 days a week. A police pursuit in Oklahoma ended in dramatic fashion when the suspect's car was rammed by police, careening off the highway and crashing into another car. The chase came to an end in the city of Norman, 20 miles south of downtown Oklahoma City. Local media reported that the chase reached speeds of up to 120 miles per hour as police pursued the suspect's car across multiple highways over an 80-mile odyssey. Aerial footage then showed police surrounding the suspect, who crawled along the grass on the shoulder of the highway face down. Police have not said what prompted the chase. Turkish authorities detained a boat carrying more than 200 Afghan migrants in the Aegean Sea heading for Europe. Turkey's Coast Guard and the International Organization for Migration said on Wednesday 208 undocumented migrants were among the group seized en route to Italy. The Coast Guard detained 2 Turkish nationals sailing the boat and escorted migrants to a deportation center in the western Turkish town of Ayvalık, the officials said. The UN has added the world's oldest mummification technique, which was developed by the Chinchorro culture located in present-day Chile, to UNESCO's World Heritage List. Along with the mummies, the World Heritage Committee also included 3 Chinchorro settlements, including Colon 10, the northern skirts of Morro de Arica, and Camarões Estuary. The Van Gogh Alive experience has opened in Munich after being postponed a number of times due to COVID-19, with many calling it the best visited multimedia exhibit in the world with 6 million visitors to date. Featuring some of Van Gogh's best-known works, the exhibition that also toured many other cities around the world is not only a feast for the eyes, but also the senses, with music and smells to accompany the colorful projections. Getting older can be amazing. Contestants in the Miss Texas Senior America pageant are living testimony to it. Aged between 60 to 75 years, these women are bending the rules of the society and redefining beauty for everyone. Contestants are being judged on their unique talent, from sword dancing to weight and twirling and one-handed push-ups, as well as their philosophy of life. Well, cats are the best at letting you know when something is wrong, but a new app named Tably, powered by artificial intelligence, claims it can decode the subtle facial cues of kitties to deliver a speedy assessment of their well-being. The app has been developed by Calgary-based developers, uses the pain assessment for cats based on ear position, orbital tightening or eye narrowing, muscle tension, whiskers change and head position to determine their mood. Who doesn't like a plate full of French fries? This dish made of potato has gained huge popularity over the years. So much so that a restaurant in New York is selling a special French fries covered in 23K gold dust for a whopping amount of $200 per plate. Served at New York City's famous Serendipity 3 restaurant, these are the world's most expensive French fries according to the Guinness World Records. This is Serendipity's 10th Guinness World Record. Worthy project, which monitors polluted regions in the Brazilian state of Rio de Janeiro, is looking to repopulate mangroves in the oceanic Guanabara Bay. Their objective is to clear rubbish and reforest an estimated area of 750,000 square kilometers. This equals to 75 football fields. Dominic Kahumbu, an entrepreneur from Kenya, along with his team, is turning water weed into clean cooking fuel. The man is taking water hyacinth on the Kenyan shores of Lake Victoria, and with the help of a machine made by his company, Biogas International, he's converting water weed into clean cooking fuel. The project, in partnership with drug maker AstraZeneca and the Institute for Sustainability Leadership at the University of Cambridge, has provided the digesters to 50 families in Kenya's western city, Kisumu. In Sri Lanka, world's largest tar sapphire cluster has been found in a backyard. The cluster weighs around 510 kilograms or 2.5 million carats and has been named the Serendipity Sapphire by the authorities. Experts say the stone, which is a pale blue in color, has an estimated value of up to $100 million in the international market. Authorities say they have already got around 50 inquiries from foreign buyers to the world's largest tar sapphire cluster. Legendary badminton player Nandu Natikar died in Pune today due to age-related ailments. In a tweet, Prime Minister Narendra Modi condoled the demise of the legendary badminton player, said he has a special place in India's sporting history. Union Sports Minister ANURAG Thakur also expressed grief over the demise of Nandu Natikar. And some updates from Tokyo Olympics. Star shuttler PV Sindhu defeated Hong Kong's shuttler in straight sets 21-9, 21-16 to cruise into the elimination round of women's singles. In boxing, Pooja Rani beat Algeria's Siltrukche by 5-0 in women's 69-75 kg round of 16 event. In archery, Deepika Kumari beat USA's Jennifer Musino Fernandez in women's individual 16 eliminations. In men's singles archery event, Praveen Jadhav bowed out, losing to USA's Brady Ellison by 6-0. In badminton, Sai Praneeth went down to Mark Culshaw, world number 29 by 14-21, 14-21 in second group match. In hockey, the Indian women's hockey team lost by 1-4 to defending champions Great Britain, marking third consecutive defeat at the Olympics. In rowing, rowers Arjun Jat and Arvind Singh created history by becoming the first Indian double sculls pair to make it to the semi-finals at the Olympics. The theme song Dosti from S.S. Rajamouli's most anticipated movie RRR is scheduled to release on 1st of August. Dosti has been sung by Amit Trivedi, Anirudh Ravichandar, Vijay Yesudas, Hema Chandra and Yazin Nasir. Actor Adyayan Suman, who is also a singer, has come up with a new song titled Jab Se Dekha. The love song has been written by Ronit Winter and composed by Giri Ji. Actor-filmmaker Prithvi Raj has announced that his next film, Kuruthi, will directly premiere on Amazon Prime Video this Onam. Prithvi Raj also tweeted a new poster revealing the star-studded supporting cast of Kuruthi. Indian actor, producer, director, writer, lyricist, dancer and playback singer Dhanush turns 38 today. The actor is known for his films like Ranjana and Shamita. After tickling her funny bone with her role in popular sitcom Schitt's Creek, actor Annie Murphy is all set to star in Witness Protection. Murphy will also be the producer of the project. Hulu is expanding the executive team for its unscripted programming with the addition of Dane Joseph, a former MTV Entertainment executive producer and casting director. Joseph will be director unscripted series at the Disney-run streamer. Veteran Hollywood actor Ellen Burstyn is set to reprise her Oscar-nominated role of Chris McNeil in the upcoming reboot of The Exorcist, often called the most scary horror movie of all times. Burstyn had played the mother of the 12-year-old who gets possessed. Australian actor Jai Courtney has been cast for the Amazon thriller series The Terminal List opposite Hollywood star Chris Pratt. Matt Damon, known for his movie The Martian, underwent a rigorous training for his upcoming movie Stillwater. The actor has said. Damon said that he'd immersed himself for weeks in Oklahoma with oil rig workers for his role as a disoriented American who travels to France to help his jailed daughter in a new film loosely inspired by the real-life Amanda Knox case. And lastly, Jane Campion's The Power of the Dog, Pedro Almodovar's Parallel Mothers and Kristen Stewart's Torn as Princess Diana in Spencer are among the titles vying for the top prize at this year's Venice Film Festival, which runs from September 1st to 11th. And that's all for now, but news continues here on DD India. Keep watching. Namaskar.